welcome back. I am in a much better mood than last time. Things will hopefully go better this time. Hopefully we don't have to deal with any more withering zones, though we probably will. And hopefully, if we do, there is a safe spot that doesn't reset all the boss health for walking into it. Oh god, am I salty about that still. Long story short, goal is to finish Dream Nursery. Hopefully that doesn't take more than 4 hours. We did put about 2 hours worth of time into it yesterday, or technically 2 days ago at this point. And, oh yeah, rules as usual. Dying. Stream boss dying. As well as subs, donations, etc. will force me to wish in-game. Because why should you spend money if I don't have to spend money, right? But, on that note, on a related note for the stream, we have some new rewards for the channel points for people who care about those. And some of them might come into play in this stream. You have the generic shit like hydrate and whatnot, but the one in particular that's probably going to impede my ability to play is we now have a ban reward that people can redeem their channel points for, where they can redeem it and ban a specific action in the game. Like, I can't do a specific action. Like, I don't know, like they could say ban switching characters, and then for 5 minutes I can't switch characters. Or is it 2 minutes? I forget what it says on the reward. You guys will probably see that. Ban me from using healing items could be another one that could really impede my progress. So long as it doesn't actually stop gameplay from happening, I'll probably allow it. Please ban me from making wishes in game. Undermine the entire premise of the challenge, please. I beg of you. Anywho. Without further ado, let's jump back into this. I think we have to talk to this NPC to continue the quest line. Arapaktai. Oh, if it isn't the Golden Nara, alas. Arapaktai, not afraid. Nara Dan... Oh. Arapaktai, not afraid. Nara Dan is good Nara. Just like Nara in the stories. Nara Dan and Paimon have helped us a lot. These two look identical. One's just a flower, one's just 2 leaves. Oh, and it spins. It spins. Okay. Arapakati. Not afraid. Arapakati, trust Aroma. And the grass, the leaves, the seeds, all say you are good Nara. Hello, Dan, Nara, and Paimon. Hello, Arapakati. Actually, I'm bad. Aether, stop. Hello. Yeah, we don't want to impede our progress, Aether. We want to help Rana. Nara Dan is going to help Rana form a bija, so we will prepare Festival Utsava together. Oh, Festival Utsava. Arapakati looks strange. Is anything troubling you? Arapakati's big brothers have not returned to Vanarana. We siblings can't celebrate Festival Utsava together if they don't return. I haven't seen Arakatora, Arasaka, or Arapas, and Arafala in Vanarana for a very long time. Never seen them after that incident. What incident? Very long time. A very long time? How long is that? Many, many moons ago, when the seedlings just sprouted. But now they are already big trees, big enough to keep the rain off Aranara. It's 7 Arapakatis tall. 7? They consider 7 of their height tall to be a tall tree? What do they consider the fucking big tree in the center of Sumeru to be then? Like a gigant? From seedlings to trees. Wow, that's a really long time. Are your brothers missing? Missing? Is that a type of seed? Oh, so Nara seeds are called missing. Amazing. No, god damn it. Nara are amazing. Nara Dan must have many missings. Nah, just the one, and they're not called missings. That's not what we mean. It means you don't know where they are. Oh, not like that. Arapakati knows where Arakatora, Arasaka, and Arapas and Arafala are. Brothers not missing. They have been in training at Vanarana for a long, long time. Cooking training. Ooh, cooking training. Paimon gets it. Sounds like something Paimon would be interested in. Paimon is more interested in Dan's cooking training. So what is this cooking training exactly? It happened in last festival Utsama. Nara made lots of food for Nara to try. So to make food for Nara in return, in this festival Utsama, Arakatora and others have been training cooking. So they've been training cooking for hundreds of years. God, I hope they got better at it. Paimon can't wait any longer for this festival Utsama. Let's just say can't wait. Arapakati. But Arapakati, since you know where they are, why don't you search for them yourself? The magnificent festival Utsava is about to begin. Arapakati has lots to prepare. No time to search for them. They left Vanarana for cooking training to prepare Festival Utsava, but they don't know Festival Utsava is about to start. Arakatora, Arasaka, Arapas, and Arafala are stupid. Then leave it to us. We'll be going with Aroma to find the Aranara in the forest and prepare the Festival Utsava anyway. Isn't that right, Dan? Leave it to us. But how will we find Arakatora, Arav... what were the other names again? Ararasa and Arafala. Arakatora, Arasaka, Arapas. Oh, that was the one I forgot. And Arafala. Arana, Arama, Araja, Arapakata, Arapakati. Aranara names are so hard to remember. The problem is that they're all so similar sounding. Imagine if my name is Dan. Now imagine if my brother's name was Danny, and my other brother's name was Dana, and then my other brother was named Dani with a Y, and we just kept going on that, where we just add stuff on the end of Dan. Dancy, Danji, Donji, Donji, Dangji, Danzi, Daze, Yari, and just keep making variations. Paimon, don't say that about Aranara names. You're going to make Aranara sad. Okay, so how do we find them? They used to do cooking training in Vanarana, but they made lots of smoke, so Arapakati kicked them out. Oh no. Please tell me their cooking has improved in several hundred years. Everyone was so scared that some Aranara even hibernated. Luckily, Arama was brave and punished the smoke. What? How do you punish the smoke? Arapakati was furious, made them leave. So you should be able to find them in forest by looking for rising pillars of smoke, I think. So you kicked them out. Yes. Did I make a mistake? Not really. Anyway, let's get going. Alright, one more thing. If my brothers are acting strange, go splat them with the power of Dendro. What? In the past, they created lots and lots of smoke, filled all of Vanarana with smoke. They were afraid, too. Ran around everywhere. Sometimes they became like that if they touched strange mushrooms. But Aranara are the spirits of the forest. so we can recover and gain our senses by absorbing the power of Dendro. Paimon gets it by now. By that logic, Dan recovers after eating Sweet Madam. So Dan must be a Sweet Madam spirit, yes. This makes perfect sense. I don't have a response lined up for that. Anyway, let's go. Good luck, Nara Dan. Good luck, Paimon. Cooking. The flavor of nature. Oh god, I hate this stupid item in my book. Just put it in my... We have a quest system. Let me frickin' use it.
Whenever you need me.
An unwavering culinary dream? This is an entirely separate fucking world quest.
Be there.
Oh, looks like we're going to have to get to this thing finally.
I'll catch up. Someone needs assistance.
I thought I set this to navigate. Why is it not showing up on my map? Oh, it's under the dot, that's why. Alright. Let's get this over with. Oh, as you can see, off stream I've been leveling up some other characters, so that's why you'll see that I have a Hazo and a Kale now. I mean, you've seen me have with the Hazo and a Kale before, but now they are higher level Hazo and Kale. Probably not high enough, so we should probably switch this party up before we inevitably all die. Okay, you will be replaced with Dan.
Just what will we come across this time?
You will be replaced with Barbara.
I'll take care of it.
This is my do not die comp.
You seem tired. Would you like some...
Alright, so we're going this way. Alrighty, I have spotted my destination. Barbara is still a little bit underleveled, so I am expecting her to possibly be very vulnerable. But when with Barbara paired with Noelle, she may as well be unkillable.
I'll protect us.
So as we're walking around, we're healing. The tester becomes the tested. What? I don't want to navigate that. Okay.
I must leave no stone unturned, as a dutiful maid would.
Thanks for the health. God, I love these hook-shotty thingies.
Someone needs assistance.
I wonder if these Zacian peaches are used for essential materials. Should have killed those birds for some fowl. Alright. Wait, why don't we not have this area explore. Is there like a hidden Tower of the Seven here? It's so weird. Or is this one gonna give us that area? It's so odd. And there's so much of Sumeru still unexplored. Alright. Well, we're still technically in Varuna, I guess. How many of these have I found? 8. Not a lot. Still need 12 more. So we want to look for pillars of smoke, right? This is a big area to be looking through. Oh, I'm dumb. It's right there. Dendro Dan. Whimper. Hey, that R&R, according to the RPG, hit him with the power of Dendro.
Propagate!
Whimper. Ah, it's Nara. Cough, I'm sorry that Nara had to see me in such a messy state. Kind Nara, I am Arakatora. You are? I am Dan. And Paimon's name is Paimon. I better not die in this cutscene like I did at the start of last stream. Nara Dan and Paimon, I see. Thank you very much. If fate hadn't brought us together, it would have taken me much longer to recover. How long is a little longer? I'm ashamed to admit that something that like this happened once before. She didn't answer the question. Because of bad mushrooms. The Nilapala lotuses in the water bloomed and closed twice before I recovered. Bloomed and closed. Doesn't that take like 2 days? Ah, 2 days, I see. So that's what day means. You know are really interesting. Are 2 days long or short? Time is subjective and meaningless. Yes, Nara Dan, you understand the principles of the forest well. To the forest, life is born, life grows, life returns to the earth. All these don't need such a concept as a day. You're not making much sense to Paimon. But if you're Arakatora, are you related to Arapakati? Nope. But you're Arapakati's older brother, right? Oh, how did you know? Arapakati is my younger sister. Paimon is confused. Perhaps it's different for R&R, or they don't know what the word related means, or they think it means something else. Anyway, let's bring you up to speed. Bring Arakatora up to speed of the event so far. Festival Utsava is coming again. What should I do? I haven't had the most important cooking ingredient yet. Festival Utsava should be the best time to prove the greatness of mushroom dishes to Arasaka, Arapas, and Arafala. So, Arasaka, Arapas, and Arafala. Pay attention, Paimon. I'm doing the voices of these characters. The least you could do is remember their names, Paimon. Nara names are so difficult. Arakatora. Where are your brothers? We drifted apart on our paths of training, just like the river branches into streams. So you split apart, right? We trained to cook with the supreme delicacy. But they refused to acknowledge the mushroom dishes. How could they not see that head mushrooms is unmatched? What? That being said, most of the dishes in this game are mushroom-based from what I've noticed, or at least most of the ones that I'm making. Like, even the pizza that we make is mushroom-based. Anyway, we decided to complete... Ooh, there was a lot of spittle in that. Anyway, we decided to complete our own dishes and compete with each other later. Oh, Paimon totally understands the pursuit of delicious food. So where's your head mushroom? Marana has been spreading rapidly. Even the head mushroom's habitat has been taken over. Ah, the withering zone. Paimon hopes Rana is doing okay. Its withering claws have probably taken the precious mushroom there. I'm sure you are aware how very, very dangerous Marana territory is. Without head mushroom, I could only try strange mushroom that no Aranara has ever tasted before. And? The whimpering. How embarrassing. Now that Paimon thinks about it, the withering Marana, we've dealt with it before, right? Barely broke a sweat. I say, having fucking party wiped through it once already. Whoa, unbelievable. You can fight Marana? Well, it does make sense, since Nara Dan could heal me with the power of Lesser Lord Kusanali. Then removing the effect of Marana shouldn't be a problem. So I want to ask Nara Dan to come with me to Head Mushroom's habitat. It's our chance to taste extremely delicious mushroom dish, Dan. Let's help him so that these siblings can get back together. We did give Arapakati our word. Alright. It is in a cave ahead. Please come with me.
Don't blink!
These are just regular mushrooms. You mean this cave? What is head mushroom? Watch it be like matsutake or something generic. And watch it be a dish we've already made before. I'm fully expecting this to be a complete waste of time. After I found the head mushroom, I took in its aroma and touched every cap that every time I passed by. I imagined how good it would taste once it was cooking into a delicious dish for Nara Varuna. It's the final goal of my cooking training. There is a teleport waypoint over here. Oh, not the cubes. Alright, Barbara.
Let the show begin. Hey!
Scatter! Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Ready, steady, go! Let's dance.
Propagate! Scatter!
Let the show begin. Huh. Huh. Oh. Hi.
Germinate!
Huh. Hi. Hi. Huh. Yeah. Huh.
Come on, Barbara. Explode the dendros. Explode the cores.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah. Huh. Hi.
Dendro Dan and Barbara. Going green. I don't know what that did. But I didn't have to do it.
Let's dance.
The aura of the withering grows stronger. Feels horrible. Hope head mushroom is fine. Activated star shrooms. Is that a head mushroom? Neutralize the withering zone. For the mushroom. If you say Paimon. For the mushroom. I feel like this is very glitchy.
Speed of light. Hey!
Oh, this is a head. It's just a bigger star shroom.
Don't blink! With sword comes shadow.
Scatter!
I'll protect us.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. Propagate. Yeah.
Well, that was easy. Pick up the head mushroom. Ah, the head mushroom. I've always been dreaming about. Head mushroom. Would you still be the same amount without your sweet scent? This mushroom does smell really good. Anyway, let's get out. Return to his pot. The head mushroom is a head mushroom. What's the difference does that make? Oh, Paimon knows. It's a mushroom the size of a head, right? Probably. What do you mean by probably? I love these little guys. Oh shit, we almost drowned right there. We almost drowned in like a foot of water. But hey, at least that wasn't like very taxing. I'm so lucky to have met both of you. The smell of fully matured head mushroom is richer than ever. So you grew well. Even when Marana took over your habitat. You're amazing. So can we taste it? Of course, putting aside how you helped me, serving the most delicious mushroom dish to Nara again has always been goal of my cooking training. Oh yeah, head mushroom. Rakatora immediately starts cooking. The fresh aroma of mushroom bursts into the pot. Or bursts out of the pot. Once it's ready, Rakatora serves it to you and Paimon. Should it be considered disappointing? Or confronting to expectations? Because it's tasteless. Besides that, it's filled with the vitality and too tough to the point of being difficult to chew. It's done. My cooking training finally been completed successfully. What do you think? I'm sure it is best delicacy to Nara. How should Paimon put this? Chew forcefully. Fully. Swallow forcefully. It's edible. If you try hard enough. Oh my god, he's face palming again. At least it isn't poisonous. It's a very fragrant mushroom indeed, but its texture and taste don't really suit us. Huh? How could this be? When I served it to other Nara from before, she said it was good. From before? I served mushroom dish to Nara some time ago, and because it was so good, she swallowed it with so much vigor. It should be fine. Oh no, she was polite. Just like every Nara grows different leaves, the taste of mushroom may not suit all Nara. Right, speaking of leaves, are Ara and Nara not afraid of fire? You look like you're covered in leaves. Of course it's scary. Forest fires sometimes raze entire forests until only barren ground remains. But it's for my cooking training. So keeping my fear at bay and controlling the temperature of the flames is also part of my training. That's how it is. Anyway, I guess it's time to go back. Arapakati is waiting for you guys. Yes, I'll head back to Vanarana immediately. I can keep my precious sister from worrying about me. As for the others, Arasaka Arapas and Arafala are around Gandharvaville, Apalm Woods, and Devantaka Mountain. Thank you, Golden Nara Dan, dazzling like the sun. Oh, that's a smug face. Paimon. It's quite amazing too. I'll leave my sister's request to you. Why is Paimon only quite amazing? Oh, don't worry about that. Anyway, I don't know how to repay you all for the help you have given me. I've decided to give you my supreme delicacy recipe. Perhaps you will grow fond of it. Grow fond of its taste as you age. Oh no, we're reading Paimon's thoughts again. If Paimon modifies the recipe a little, it should be able to become a pretty good original dish. Recipe mushroom hodgepodge. Okay. Mushroom hodgepodge. Oh my god. Yep, can't make that. That uses Cole's upgrade materials. It is a defense dish, though. Never cooking that. Alright. Cooking a pleasant memory. We're gonna eat so much terrible food. Is this the is this the Aranara that we met with Hypatia? I wonder if it is. Look for the smoke. What are those guys doing here? Starry Night chapter. Go probe the Aramites. No, that's a distraction. Don't want to do that. Agnihotra Sutra. Aha. Up we go. Got it. Did we pass him? Then that must be the one we're looking for. You consume the dew and light. You consume the dew, grow up quickly. Are you Arapakati's elder brother? That's smart. Grow, grow, turn into delicious dish. Doesn't seem to notice us. Eek, Nara, so tall, so scary. Please, I beg you, don't pluck them. Okay, we won't do it. Great. I grew these Zatun peaches little by little ever since they were seeds. Wait, no, bad Nara. How could you do that to someone else's Zatun peaches? Why does Nara have such terrible habit? We didn't do anything and we haven't picked them. It's already scary when you guys didn't do anything. If you had really done something, it would scare me to death. Hey. No. Arasaka, think about it. You worked so hard. You've worked so hard on the Zatun peaches for your cooking training. You cannot back out here. You are not scared. You are Arasaka. Sorry, that's Paimon. You're Arasaka. Oh, how do you know my name? Oh, you just said it. Where you Nara all come from? To know my name was at first sight. You said it yourself. Problems are caused by loose tongue. It's over. My name will be used in terrible curses. Please spare me. Other than giving you the Zatun peaches, I will do anything. Easy now. We're here because Arapakati's request. Arapakati. My dear younger sister. Sunlight in the dense forest. How come Festival Utsava is already approaching? Oh, are you two the Nara who have come to participate in Festival Utsava? Sorry for calling you bad Nara. You must be good Nara, because it's only good Nara can enter Vanarana and participate in Festival Utsava. Festival Utsava is coming. If I give up my cooking training and return to Vanarana now, no. But I can't skip Festival Utsava either. Why are you getting more nervous instead? Don't you still have the Zatun peaches you planted? That's not enough. There has to be the taste of happiness. Without it, Zatun peaches will just be Zatun peaches. Arakatora, Arapas, and Arafala all don't believe that the taste of happiness exists. I will make it and show them. And I want Nara to try it too. The taste of happiness. Taste of happiness. I tried it once. Taste of happiness. It's white, crumbles when you rub it, turns into white Veluca, but it is not hard and painful like Veluca, stored in hard bubble. Hard bubble? White Veluca refers to white sand, right? But what's a hard bubble? Paimon can't figure it out. Where can we find that taste of happiness? Why are you asking me? Do you want to take taste of happiness? Take the taste of happiness before I do? Scary. Paimon, you're so scary. We only want to help you. Help me? With what? I can get it myself. It's just that there are a lot of Nara walking about. And one that smells like Nara Veluca. Ugh. Too many Nara. I'm scared. If there were fewer Nara, I could do it then. Okay, true. I can't get it. I don't dare enter Gandharvaville. There are too many Nara there, and all the dead trees. I'm scared. I have a Nara friend living inside But a long, long time has passed. He's changed now and can't hear my voice. So the taste of happiness you're talking about can actually be found in Gandharvaville. Wait, my brain's working, guys. Hard bubble, taste of happiness. Is he referring to hard liquor? So the taste of happiness you're talking about can actually be found in Gandharvaville? The taste of happiness is not grown from ground, but made by Nara. I really want to taste it again. I still remember the first time I tasted it and how happy I was. An amazing, amazing taste. We were in the forest together with Nara friend, counting the number of patches of sunlight that fell between the leaves. It also could be a grape and wine. We sang together and tried the taste of happiness together. Every time I see the sunlight on the branches, I will think of him. Every time I think of him, I remember the taste of happiness. So I want to let Arakapakati taste it. And when Festival Utsava starts, I want Nara to taste it too. Paimon sees, we'll leave this to Dan and Paimon, right Dan? I want to have happiness too. Really? Are you not lying to me? Nope. But there are so many people in Gandharvaville. Who should we ask for any clues? I know. Not long ago, I saw Nara passing by here, going to Gandharvaville, and he had it with him. He had a bulging thing on his back. It's what Nara used to carry things. Bulge on his back. It's probably a bag or a back basket. Got it. We'll help you find the taste of happiness now. Head to Gandharvaville to look for someone with a bulge on their back. Hopefully they're not a hunchback. Only way to travel. No bulge. That's a quiver. That's a dog. That person over there could be the one Arasaka mentioned.
I think I'll start.
Let's go over and ask.
Questions. The rainforest is the best.
Inish. Hello. Oh, hello. How can I help you? Right, we actually want a certain thing. Of course, everyone comes here to get a certain thing. But just saying a certain thing doesn't mean I know what the certain thing is. Oh, Paimon gets it. Let Paimon put it this way. We want something white and cubic. Oh, that's sugar. It's sugar! White and cubic. And it crumbles like sand when crushed and has to be packed in a hard bubble. What a peculiar... It's sugar. It's sugar in a fucking glass jar. It's not clear what it is from what you said. But it's a white cubic thing that you've described to. The use of the thing, you know what it's used for, right? It's for cooking. Cooking, white cubic. Is it a seasoning? Oh, I know what you want. Haha. What's so funny? White cubic crumbles when crushed, becomes sand. Can be eaten. Isn't it just sugar? The hard bubble. You're talking about the glass bottle that the sugar is stored in? My goodness, hard bubble. What, so it's sugar? I'm a little embarrassed. This is awkward. Oh, I laughed so much I cried. I focused on my business the past few years, and I don't even remember what the last time I laughed like this. Speaking of which, it's really nostalgic. I remember a long time ago, When I was still a child, I once had a friend who ate sugar for the first time. And the friend said similar things. This white cubic thing is delicious, so awesome. Taste of happiness. He was really amazed then. It was so long ago now that I think about it, I don't remember what he looked like. I'll give you this bottle of sugar as a gift, in return for the laughter. Thanks. Hold it carefully. The hard bubble might be hard, but it can still break if dropped. Hard bubble. So this is the taste of happiness. It's the sweetness of sugar. It was a little embarrassing, but at least we got it in the end. Let's bring this bottle of sugar back to the Arasaka guy. Come on, grab the cliff. This is the taste of happiness you wanted, right? You brought it back from Gandharvaville. That's the one. I didn't think you would get it so quickly. Is it real? You didn't just make something up to trick me, right? It would be a miracle if we were able to make anything that made sense from your description. If you're worried, try it yourself. You didn't put anything strange in it, did you? Of course not. If you're not trying it, we're gonna take it away. Unless he's looking for cocaine, in which case I can't help him. No, wait, don't take it away. Let me try. Let me try. Don't take it away. Alright, I'll try it now. Right now. Ah, it's real. This is the taste of happiness. This isn't the first time I tasted it, and yet I still feel happy. I didn't expect to ever taste this again. But... Is there something wrong? How should I put this? The taste of happiness is the same as before. For some reason, I don't feel as happy as the first time I tasted it. Could it be that the sugar we gave you is not sweet enough? That's not it. The difference in taste. But when I ate it with my friend in the past, that was the first time I had tasted the taste of happiness. Somehow I feel like I was much happier back then. Why is that? That's normal, even if it's the same dish and the taste is different every time Dan makes it. Damn it, Paimon's making fun of my cooking again. Paimon's mood is different every time Paimon eats it too. Really? No, I can't be. There must be a way for me to be as happy as then. I know. I had it with my friend that time, so the taste of happiness has to be shared with friends for it to be delicious, right? That must be it. You are a good Nara, and you found the taste of happiness. You are my friends. I'm going to make it for you. Yeah, we're friends. Starts cooking and adds peaches and sugar into the pot. Arasaka then hands the finished product to you, and Paimon, as expected, doesn't have much flavor other than overwhelming sweetness. Maybe this is just the taste of happiness. What happy flavor. It's exquisite. Yes, this dish is quite happy? I need water. Too sweet. Paimon thinks it's much too sweet, too. Really? I guess I must have put too much in one go, then. But it's true that the taste of happiness is happier when shared with friends. It's different from the happiness I felt the first time I had it, but eating it with you guys, I feel a different kind of happiness. I need water. I need water. You could say it again. As long as you're happy. I had doubts about you guys in the beginning, but you didn't hold any grudge, and you helped me find the taste of happiness. I was able to complete my supreme delicacy with your help. Complete my cooking training. It's nothing really. If they all combined their efforts, I'm sure that they can put their heads together and make something really good. No, how is it nothing? You have helped me so much. That's right, I know. I'll teach you how to make this dish so you can share a taste of happiness with your friends. If we modify the formula and add a little something extra, it might make a good snack. Thank you, Paimon. Thank you for turning something out of nothing, cooking a pleasant memory. Oh, he actually picked them. He actually picked the fruit. Decreases stamina depleted by sprinting for all party members by 15 to 25% for 900 seconds. That's a long time. So Paimon turned it into a salad. Well, that's neat nonetheless. Next mission. Cooking the aroma of homecoming. It's a good thing that I like the cooking in this game, otherwise this would be aggravatingly boring to me. Like I'm sure it is to some of you. I'm gonna drink some water. Because Aether kept talking about how much he needs water. Did we spot him right away? That smells good. Is someone cooking around here? Leaf with careless penmanship. What's cooking in there? Paimon's mouth is watering just from a whiff of it. Looks like some kind of soup. Paimon can't tell what's inside. Hey Dan, what is it? The person cooking isn't here, and it smells good. Let's have a mouthful of what's left unattended. We shouldn't. Paimon is just so curious. Paimon will take one mouthful, just one. What if you get a tummy ache after? Don't underestimate Paimon. I have complete faith in your ability to get a tummy ache. The pot is smaller than it looks. The soup within it is all gone, just like that. It smells good, but why doesn't Paimon taste anything? Great. Great, Aroma Hakunda. What are you Nara doing? Nara, where did you come from? From the underground. Forget that. Why are you drinking my soup? Arapis worked very hard on that. It was Paimon. How could you betray Paimon like that? Threw you immediately under the bus. I don't care who drank it. My soup is gone. Do you know how difficult it is to make soup here? 1 minute it's rainy. 1 minute it's sunny. I finally managed to make this pot of soup. But while I was away picking fresh hara fruits, it smelled too good to resist and had no flavor. But if it's that difficult, why are you cooking here? The The key to cooking must be collected every day, which is... Your pride as a chef? Water. It's water. Water has a huge impact on the aroma of my soup, so it has to be made with the best water. I've been collecting water throughout the Apam woods to make soup. After collecting water samples from numerous leaves on a tree, I finally found the best living spring. The only water source fit for a festival Utsala's supreme delicacy. You wouldn't get it even if I told you. Only that Nara from before. Speaking of which, Arapakati sent us. Ah, you're Nara friends of my sister, and Festival Utsava is coming. It's fine, I found Living Spring, and my supreme delicacy is complete. It's in this pot, alright. Don't be sad, at least your soup was really aromatic. Ah, my living spring. Asfana. Live at its source. I waited so long for them to leave and only collected a pot of it. No, you must go get me another pot of living spring. Asfana, what's that? You know I really know nothing of the forest. They live in the water. And they have 4 legs and a tail, and they bite... It's crocodile water. He wants crocodile water. Dogs? Perhaps Oceanid dogs? Alright. Then what's an Ashfana? Forget that. I want my water, and I want my living spring from there in particular. Alright. Damn, we don't have a choice. Let's go. Let's go. It must be a living spring and no other. Oh, because Paimon couldn't keep her mouth shut. A huge leaf, someone has written on it with messy handwriting. The 17th time frost covered the leaves. After some tests, I noticed that the water from the tributaries is filled with sand and mud. It has an earthen taste, not acceptable. The 30th time the frost covered the leaves, it's rainy again, not acceptable. The 60th time the frost covered the leaves, after some tests, I noticed that water from the river's main stem makes much more aromatic soup. But it still is not enough, not acceptable. The 80th time frost covered the leaves, it rained as soon as I finished my soup. Luckily, I wore a hat. The quality of this water isn't bad. These are not dogs. Is that a living spring? Paimon doesn't think it's any different than... Paimon would never expect the Ashavara to be crocodiles. Explode, please. Thank you. Oh, I didn't drop any meat. There's also a bubble over there. Don't know what that's all about. There's another one of those bubble things. Both of you are bad, Nara. Don't even think about tricking me with water from somewhere else. Living spring. Water obtained from the source of the rivers flowing across the Apam Woods. According to Arapa, soup made from such spring water is a supreme delicacy, but one wonders if it really is different from ordinary water. Is it water from the river source, the living spring? That's cold, clean, and just like moonlight? Arakatora, Arasaka, and Arafala wouldn't be so stupid if they grew up drinking this water. Only Arapakati, my sister. What's next? Oh, next up, you have to make a new pot of soup. Receiving guidance from Arapas, you add some fruits and vegetables to the water and start cooking. A rather nice aroma slowly emerges from the pot. Once you're done, you taste the fresh soup together. It sort of lives up to your expectations. It does carry the aroma of the ingredients, but a soup without any condiments is just too plain. It has no flavor at all. This is how the supreme delicacy should smell, and it's full of rainwater now. What do you think, Dan? It can quench thirst as soups should. It's too healthy for me, I think. Paimon thinks it would be better with some salt and pepper. Everything is better with salt and pepper. Great, Aramakunda. You want to add salt? What a horrifying idea. Land with salt is land without life, and Nara will be forced to shrink to seeds, yet Nara wished to add salt? Soups are supposed to be bland. How do you, Nara, not even understand that? Man, have I been making soups wrong this entire time in my life? That Nara from before told us a story after having a bowl of my soup. When Nara children come home, the aroma of soup is the first thing that we smell. As such, aroma is all that... Oh, now I'm sad again because it looks like Rana was the one that they're all referencing. Oh. After that, she complimented the aroma of soup I made. I've never forgotten that. That's why I don't believe a word you say. But just aroma isn't enough. But since you're the Nara of this festival Utsawa, I'm sure you received appraisal from Araja and Arapataki. Arapakati. I'll try making soup with taste. Next time I'll look for even better water so we can make even better soup. I don't think water is the problem. Really? Anyway, my cooking training has concluded. Alright, let's see what we can do about the festival Utsawa. I have taught you how to make the soup. It's a soup approved by the great Nara. So do give it a few more tries. But make sure you don't forget to use good water. Let's add seasoning next time. It should be pretty good after that. Masala cheese balls. What? Why does that give me a cheese ball recipe? Nope, I don't have a fire. Hang on. Let's go to a place where I know there's a kitchen. To Wan Min restaurant. I'll show you how to make a soup. Is it just bugged and it gave me the wrong recipe? I just brain farted and read that tip at the bottom as a bass order. Masala cheese balls. Oh! It's soup with cheese balls in it. Got it. An Aranara style dish that Paimon has drained her brain juice trying to improve. It is in fact a rather traditional recipe in Sumeru. The freshly cooked cheese balls give off a titillating aroma for a special technique that has been used to mix the spices into dough. A small bite of this and you will find hot cheese. Cool. It increases crit rate. That's good. That's all I'm planning on cooking. Alright. What's next? Oh no. I can't believe that we did the Omni Ubiquity Net and we haven't even done this commission that teaches us what Bonton Sago is. Whatever. I don't really do commissions. I'm going to try to avoid doing commissions on stream from this point on, even though some of them kind of are story missions, but for the most part, if you are playing this game, you will be doing a commission at some point. They pop up every day. You'll do them on your own. Cooking, the beauty of sharing. It's 2,000 miles away. We'll go here, we'll use our hook shot. I don't remember what these hook shots are called, but I'm calling them hook shots. I kind of wish that these just stayed out. Is this guy just always up here?
You are not welcome here.
I just remembered I don't have Amber or Kale in the party, so my gliding stamina actually gets used up pretty quickly.
Propagate!
There it is. Excuse me.
Scatter!
Let's dance. Huh.
Yeah! Yeah! Propagate! Yeah! Spring forth!
No, no! Huh. Hi. Yeah. Huh. Huh. Oh. Huh. 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 Hi.
Yeah!
Let the show begin.
Scatter!
Come on, we can do it.
Propagate!
Hi.
Yeah!
Huh. Huh. Oh. I'll protect us. Huh.
Scatter!
Bloom seems broken. Another leaf with careful penmanship. Someone has written on it in neat handwriting. Leaves turned yellow. I picked fresh and tasty sunsetia. Branches turned green. I didn't find any fruits. Leaves are growing again. And 40 moons have passed. I picked sunsetias outside the campsite and brought them back to Vanarana, but Sister said they were still very unripe. I think we follow the sunsetias. Snore, snore. Could that be the older brother? Hi there. Snore, snore. Hello? Tasty fruits. Snore. It's deep in slumber. Use the power of Dendra. That ought to do the trick. Paimon will leave it to you.
Scatter!
Oh, it's you. Long time no see. Oh, this is the one we met before. Whoa, where am I? Is this a cave? I'm feeling dizzy. Who are you? Why are you sleeping here? Who am I? Ugh, so dizzy. Let me think. My name is Arafala. I remember now. So you're Arafala. We were wondering where you'd gone. And here you were, sleeping in this cave the whole time. Arafala, you know my name. Nara. He's wide awake now. Indeed he is. I'm not ready yet. Don't make porridge out of me. Why would anyone make porridge out of you? My sister said that I'm always half asleep like this. A bad Nara will take me and make porridge out of me. You do look pretty tasty. No one will make you into porridge. Really? Really? No kidding? No kidding. Anyway, Paimon's name is Paimon, and this tall Nara is Dan. Arapakati sent us. Arapakati, is she doing well? How long have I been here? How long, you say? Well, if Paimon recalls correctly, many moons ago the seedlings sprouted from the earth and became trees. How many Arapakites tall were they again? 7. Well, as expected, Dan. What an amazing memory. Oh, it's been so long. Oh, no. Anyway, let's bring you up to speed. Festival Utsava is coming up. Alright. It's time for Festival Utsava, is it? Yes, so Arapakati wants you back in Vanarana. Ugh, but I haven't completed my cooking training yet. Huh? Weren't you sleeping? Paimon thought. Sleeping. Oh, I was just thinking about the past. It wasn't that serious. Huh? Is sleeping something serious for Aranara? How should I put this? We hibernate when we are in grave danger, and we compress our memories and dreams into a seed. If the crisis is averted, and the time is right, the seed will return to the forest and grow into Aranara again. Paimon, can you turn into a seed? Hey, do you have any problem with Paimon? But I know that all Nara must sleep. I had a Nara friend once, a golden Nara, just like you. I once came here with her to gather unrivaled fresh fruits. So I've been picking them here ever since then. If she returns, or if I make new Nara friends, we can eat them together. I picked so many of them this time. Where did they go? So it was you who dropped all those Sanserias we saw along the way. Did I drop that many? But it's okay. I've kept the freshest and tastiest with me. But still, how did I drop so many? I remember leaving with my brothers for cooking training, but they didn't know what fresh fruits are the best ingredients. But while I was picking fruits, a really huge monster appeared. Huge monster with five Arafalas tall, had a long tail, and even the ground quaked beneath its stomps. Besides that, I think I sensed Miranda's aura inside it. It was so tough, even if Arana and Arabalika were there. It would take them great effort to tear it apart. Is it the dragon thingy we killed? The ruined serpent dragon? Or the ruined drake? I don't remember what they're called. Wait. They're that strong? Yes, but I'm not. So I had to hide here. I was thinking about the past and waited for it to leave. Next thing I knew, you two were standing in front of me. Speaking of which, we did see a ruined drake on the way here. Is that the huge monster you mentioned? Is that how Nara caught it? Perhaps, very likely. We've taken care of it. Oh, I didn't expect Nara Dan, who looks smaller than the monster, to be so strong. Alright, let's go. Good Nara. Let's eat fruits together.
Someone needs assistance.
Okay, let's start cooking with unrivaled fresh fruits. What's the difference between this unrivaled fresh fruit and ordinary fruit? I understand. To Nara, all fruits may be the same, but they are different. Only strong trees can bear unrivaled fresh fruits. Strong trees sing first when the wind blows. The bearings of the strong trees, these unrivaled fresh fruits, are blessings to us. That Nara friend said these fruits are tasty, that they sing in your stomach. Paimon can't wait to see what kind of delicacy will be made out of them. He starts cooking right away. He divides the fruits equally, and then he gives a few portions to you and Paimon. You try the fresh fruits together. It sort of lives up to your expectations, but it tastes what? So good. Thank you, strong trees. Wait, you call that cooking? Unrivaled fresh fruit itself is the best supreme delicacy. It doesn't need any extra processing to present its best taste. Just taste it and you will understand. It's tasty, but it's just like eating fruit. It is a fruit after all. Paimon guesses so. Don't you, Nara, have a dish where you cut fruits and serve them on a wooden board too? I think it's like a charcuterie board, right? Or is that like just with like meats and cheeses? I don't remember. Huh? Do we? Wait, are you talking about a fruit platter? Is a fruit platter considered a dish? I think so? It still seems a bit strange to Paimon. Oh, don't be a stickler for things like that. Finding better ingredients is a form of cooking too. While searching for ingredients, I can travel the forest and get closer to it. That's the true meaning of my cooking training. Is it? It sure is. I've picked the unrivaled fresh fruits and made supreme delicacy. My cooking training is complete. I can return proudly to Varuna. Oh, I would have missed Festival Utsaba if Nara Dan and Paimon didn't take out that huge monster that blocked me here in this cave. Alright, hurry back to Varuna. Indeed. Sister will scold me if I miss Festival Utsaba. Just the thought of it is scary enough. The beauty of sharing. Let's return to Arapakati. Back to Dream Nursery. Well, that finishes that cooking subquest, which will probably be what I title the episode on YouTube. Oh no, the Unwavering Culinary Dream is still going. Arapakati is so mad. More mad than mad. Forest is very dangerous, as Marana rampant there. When they left, Arapakati reminded brothers to work together. But you started arguing right after leaving. Arakatora, you even ate strange thing. Sob. Arapakati has decided. Arakatora not allowed to pick mushrooms until Sunsetias have ripened 10 times. No! Exactly what would we do if he brought back bad spores and mushroom monsters grew here? Arafala, you too. You went so far away from Varanara to collect fruits. There are many bad things over there. Araja told us about it especially. No. That's right. Fruits need drink water, and Aranata drink water, so water is the best. Arapus, of all places, you had to go to Varuna, to the Varuna contraption? Don't you know that even Nara Varuna said that water of Varanara is the most delicious? Oh shit, he spent his life's work on that water. You see, only the taste of happiness can bring happiness to our little sister. Arasaka, I heard you caused a lot of trouble for Nara Dan because of your taste of happiness. Everything I did was for the supreme delicacy. The purpose of making the supreme delicacy is to show the fruits of the cooking training. Alas, what is the point of the training if you could only complete it with someone else's help? Arapakati thinks Arasaka needs to reflect on himself the most. Sob. We're here. Oh, it's you two. Nara Dan shared Arapakati's trouble with Paimon and solved problem at its source. Arapakati no longer needs to worry about brothers missing Festival Utsawa or being in danger outside. It's all thanks to you. Arapakati and brothers are all thankful. That's great. There's something Paimon has been curious about. Who is this Nara Varuna? She is our friend of Vanarana. A friend of Aranara from long, long time ago. Golden Nara, just like Dan. But Paimon's still got another question for you. Is it about our brothers? Yes. Arapakati, which one of them is your biggest brother and which one is the smallest? Biggest to smallest? It's their ages, right? Ages. Arapakati understands. Just like tree rings. The children of the forest aren't distinguished by age. Then why are they your brothers, and why are you their younger sister? Oh, this. We once had a Nara friend, Nara Varuna. She said she had a brother. When Arapakati and brothers listened to her talk about the brother, Nara Varuna looked happy and sad at the same time. That's how we understood. To an older brother, a younger sister is an important Nara. To a younger sister, an older brother is an important Nara. We thought it was great, so Arapakati and brothers decided to become brothers and sister. Nara Varuna said this is great, and that we should cherish our family. That's right, we must cherish our family. There's one more thing. Paimon has been wondering. Do Aranara need to eat? Humans cook ingredients into food, and the children of the forest can also make ingredients into food. Nara Varuna taught us how Nara eat. That is why Arapakati and brothers started doing cooking training. Okay, but that's certainly unusual. It's like you're playing house. Arapakati and brothers are very serious because Nara Varuna said that to be able to share food is a very happy thing. Oh, and Arapa said that Nara Dan knows how to cook too. Yeah, Dan's cooking skills have been tested by time, and patience, and many recipes. Arapakati gets it. Nara Dan must come to Festival Utsawa and cook with Arapakati's Bush League brothers. Impress them once again with the real cooking skills, and food that only Nara can understand, and Aranara will never understand. I'll show you what I got. We're gonna make mushroom pizza. No, wait, they don't like mushrooms. We'll make salad. Arapakati is looking forward to it. Festival Utsawa will be really great and amazing. Delicacy for Nara. Quest completed. Well, that quest line was weird. And I feel like the final quest line names don't match up with what the big thing is.
Leave it to me. All of it, whatever it is. What exactly is it? I didn't quite catch your request.
After some twists and turns, I found Arapakati's brothers and answers to my questions. Arnar do not have families, because Nara. I also learned that Nara's customs along the way. They value songs very much, for instance. Look for and help a few Aranara in the forest. Some of them may be found in the following areas: Apam Woods, Gonda Hill, Devantaka Mountain. Okay, so we have to do even more of these stupid quests. This is a long quest line. But anything to save the life of a friend. Strange here. Paimon's nose is starting to itch. And look over there. Fungi have encircled something. That seems to be an
dear.
Nara.
Everyone's laundry is still on the line.
Let's go help him out.
May I be excused to fetch it in?
Propagate! Propagate!
Incoming! Nowhere to hide.
Oh, it's a Nara. A golden and brave Nara. Hi there. Paimon's Paimon, and he's Dan. Why are you here all alone? Everyone in Vanarana is busy preparing for Festival Utsava, you know. Arapandu is a very important task for Festival Utsava, for Apom Woods, and for Nara Varuna. Well, that makes you Arapandu, but Nara Varuna, that name sounds kind of familiar. Nara Varuna, she is golden and brave Nara, just like Dan. When moon and sun couldn't be seen, even the leaves of the big tree in Vanarana were gnawed off by the wind, and their branches rotted away like in the black rain. Vana's pain dripped into the soil. The smell of iron and salt was everywhere. Oh, she died. No one knows how many sunsets and sunrises before Nara Varuna came. A golden Nara who spoke a golden language. She and Nara brought back the moon and the sun. The Varuna contraption washed away Vanarana's pain. The black rain was gone and the smell of iron and salt was no more. Everyone from Vanarana thanked and liked Nara Varuna, who was like the sun. Mud and dewdrops. That sounds amazing. She must have been a very good Nara. But Nara Dan has also helped lots of people, for which lots of people are thankful. You'll definitely like Nara Dan as well, Arapandu. I just realized this one has glasses. After she left Vanarana, many were born from the soil, and many returned to the soil. Later, the branches and leaves of the Varuna contraption grew weak. The Varunastra was like a scared finch, flapped its wings wildly. It rained a lot, very strange. Now running mushrooms have settled in Vana. Seeds that have never been seen before are everywhere. Do you mean the fungi and spores? Actually, that said, what are the Varuna contraption and the Varunastra exactly? Could they be powerful weapons? A blade that can slice the Voluka in two pieces. Wait. Wait, that would be too powerful. No, not right. Nara Dan and Paimon both wrong. Let's go somewhere high above. Arapandu will tell you. Something seriously off with the air here. Very bad seeds cannot participate. Okay. Oh my god, it's another quest line. Varuna Gatha. That's a big tree. There's a big orb over there. Saved it.
Wait a downpour. Nothing will get done until it clears. Let this be a lesson to those who yesterday said I'll do it tomorrow.
Big ass fucking tree. What is that thing? What's over there? It's magnificent. Now Nara Dan and Paimon know that is the Varunastra. But the Varuna contraption is in a deeper place, somewhere as deep as roots. We've underestimated Nara Varuna. Paimon did not think it would be this big. Such power is not to be underestimated. Before the Black Rain and before Nara Varuna came to Vana, Aroma Kunda and the Lord of Dendro created the Varuna contraption. Rain gave life to many things. Black rain, black mud, and other bad things made a mess of Vana. Before she came, Arapandu had never seen such a brave Nara. She fixed the machine together with Aranara, just like the sun driving away the sleepy fog. Nara Varuna is no longer in Vanarana. Aramakunda is no longer in Vanarana, but Aranara must fix the Varuna contraption again for Festival Utsava and Vana. We promised the Raja and Aroma to help prepare for Festival Utsava. As they say, the fire is bigger and stronger when more Nara help pick firewood, right? Eek. Oh no, Paimon meant that everything will go smoothly with more Nara helping out. Don't be afraid, it has nothing to do with fire. They're not related at all. Paimon, you outsmarted yourself yet again. Oh, come on, we're here in Sumeru, you know. Paimon just wanted to show everyone that she knows lots of stuff too. Arapandu is not scared. Paimon has good heart, just like Nara Dan and Nara Varuna. Paimon is friend of Aranara. Aranakula, Ararabalika, Arakunti, and Arapandu want to heal the Varuna contraption. But there are too many spores and fungi, so we can't do anything. Arapandu does not have a powerful Ararakalari like Arabalika, and the strange rain made fungi fiercer. Hold on, Ararakalari. Arana told Paimon that it can be used to repel Marana. A powerful Ararakalari can drive away fungi. Arapandu's Arakalari is weak, can't do anything to fungi. What? Ararakalari can be used that way? Ararakalari should be general name for a certain type of ability. Nara Dan is smarter than Paimon. Different Aranara have different Ararakalari, but all Aranara gain the power to use it from the plants of Vana. Arabalika's Ararakalari is very powerful, not afraid of large fungi, and large iron Nara. Large ion Nara, that sounds like the Ruin Guards. Large iron Nara are very big and have 2 arms, 2 legs like Nara Dan, but only have 1 eye. Oh, you're talking about the Ruin Guards. Yeah, the Field Tillers. Oh god, are they called Field Tillers because they're meant to destroy the fucking Aranara? Pretty clever, Paimon. Heh. There are fungi on the trees over there. Arabalika can defeat them, but Arapanadu can't. Nara Dan not afraid of fungi either. You do not use Arakalari, but you very powerful. Destroy them like strong gusts blowing away leaf. Whoosh! If not dealt with, spores and fungi will multiply. Nara Dan. Leave them to us. Nara Dan should be able to deal with them in an instant, right? So we have to kill all the fungi in these trees. This is a puzzle, right? It should be easier to defeat once rain stops. Wait, this is the thing that Dendro just destroys, right?
Scatter!
Time to clean up.
Die of fall damage, please. Dan is powerful like wind, but there's still one more. Please handle it. Oh no, this is a nice one.
Yeah, yeah. Propagate.
Leave it all to me.
Oh, there's a domain over there.
Let's dance. Incoming. Yeah.
Scatter. Propagate.
Steady as stone.
Nara Dan should go to the Nara rest stop. What kind of place is the rest stop? A place closer to the Varuna contraption up ahead. You'll know when you arrive. So this is the rest stop, huh? There are some signs that Nara were here earlier. The Varuna contraption looks even more impressive from here. Ugh, the pressure is so intense. Come on. Watch out in case you get sucked in. That won't happen. Paimon hopes. We made an agreement. We'll meet up at rest stop after healing the Varuna contraption branches and leaves. Then we will banish the bad bugs, gnawing at the Varuna contraption's roots and heal it. By the way, what do you mean by the Varuna contraption's branches and leaves? The Varuna contraption's branches and leaves are everywhere in Vana. They give the machine power to turn black rain into good rain. Good rain then gives things life. Like how rainwater flows into the stream, then into a lake. The branches and leaves gather bits and pieces that go into the Varuna contraption. The Varuna contraption is now no longer the same. It is like broken branches have blocked the rainwater so that streams can't form. Without streams, a lake dries out, so it's been dammed. Paimon still doesn't get it. Basically, it's what happens when you starve. When a transportation route is blocked by roadblocks. Then we need to clear out all the roadblocks and keep going. We just need to find another path. Who decided that we have to take this route anyway? Yeah, who decided this route? Anyway, we need to head to branches and leaves first, right? Arapandu will take Paimon and Nara Dan there. Find the branch and leaves with... Nope, I don't need this. Paimon never thought that we'd find them in a place like this. Hold on. You sure these are the branches and leaves? They look like stones placed by the Aranara. Stone leaves, stone branches. They were created by the Aroma and Lord of Dendro, and they can channel the Vanarana's power to the Varuna contraption. So the Varuna contraption is like a big tree. So that's how it is, huh? Oh no. The 3 leaves need to be turned to face the branch, but Arapandu is not strong enough. Well, you Aranara are kind of small. Don't worry, just leave this to Nara Dan. Arabalika might be able to do it, but Aranakula and Arakunti. Still, we need to solve this problem first. Nara Dan, Arapandu, will leave it to you. This should do the trick. Thank you, Nara Dan. Leave the rest to Arapandu. It has been too long. Don't know if it will work this time. There's a chance it can fail? It worked before, but this time may not work. Just like how sun rose last time, and time before that, but no one knows if it'll rise the next time. It's a very depressing way to look at things, but I love making that joke. Only after the sun rises next time can Paimon say, "Oh, the sun has risen again." Oh wait, that's not good. What if the sun never rises? Great, now he's terrified Paimon. There's no need to be afraid. Nara Dan is golden like the sun, just like Nara Varuna. Brave Nara. Nara Dan is. Brave Nara, Nara Dan is. Nara Varuna returned the moon and sun to us. Nara Dan can also do that. Paimon also believes in Dan. He can overcome any difficulty. Don't you worry. But for now, leave this to Arapandu. Ooh, Paimon thinks it worked. Yes, branch and leaves are healed. You and your Aranara dance is really interesting too. You could learn some fancy footwork from the Aranara, Paimon. Sounds like a great idea. I mean, more exercise will be good for you, given how much you eat. Hey, Paimon's been running around everywhere with you, Dan. That counts as exercise. Does it, though? How much energy does floating use? Still, this won't be enough to fix the Varuna contraption, will it? There are 3 more places like this in Vana. Arabalika is very strong and might succeed, but Arapanda is very worried about Aranakula and Arakunti. Vana has become more dangerous after the strange rain. What say we help you go check on them then? After all, we can't prepare the festival Utsava in peace if Varuna contraption isn't fixed. With the help of Paimon and Nara Dan, the Varuna contraption will surely be fixed soon. Life will return to Vana like before. Aranakula went to the Yasna Monument. There is an Aranara memorial to Nara Varuna in the depths of Vana. We haven't been there in a long time because of fungi and spores. Aranakula is used to being with soil and seeds, familiar with all things born from the soil. Find him, tell Arapandu's name, he will not be afraid. Well, he sounds like a rather timid Aranara. Arabalika's Arakalari is very strong. But please, Paimon and Nara Dan, go check on him. Arabalika is at the ruins of Dari. That place smells like iron so much. Paimon and Nara Dan must be careful. We will, thanks. Arakunti is at the Grove of Dreams. You can enter the dreams from there, and he and Nara have a distant relationship. If he hides, play our music. Speaking of that, didn't we get our music score earlier? We can try playing that if we can't find Arakunti. Arapandu will wait in the rest stop and observe how Vanna is doing. Aranakula, Arabalaika, and Arakunti now meet up at the rest stop after healing the branch leaves. Golden Nara, brave Nara, may Aramakunda watch over Nara Dan. Yep, you can count on us. Varuna Gatha. Ugh, 3 more subquests, I'm assuming. Memory of Stone.
Scatter!
Thirsty, Veluca bad, but too much rain so bad. Roots suffer when there is so much water, Veluca. Branches and leaves suffer, there's something... I might hear someone talking. According to what Arapandu said, this is Arakunla. We can't see him. Did he drill a hole in the ground or something? Oh, there he is. You must be Aranakula. Nara discovered Aranakula. What should Aranakula do? Don't run away. Arapandu told us that you would be here. Oh, since Arapandu told you, you must be good, Nara. You're pretty trusting, aren't you, Aranakula? What if Danon is a bad Nara and using Arapandu's name to trick you? The Golden Nara is deceiving an Aranakula? The Golden Nara is a bad Nara? That's not, now Paimon feels bad. Don't listen to Paimon, I'm a good Nara. So the Golden Nara really is a good Nara. That's great. Take a Ramakunda. Although Nara Dan is much taller than Aranakula, Aranakula is not afraid. Paimon is small, so Aranakula isn't afraid either. Hey! Small Paimon, big energy. That's right, Paimon is very powerful. Getting back onto the point, we're here to fix the Varuna contraption. There should be branches and leaves of the Varuna contraption in this part of the Vana, right? Arapandu asked us to come here and help you in case you run into any trouble. Oh, there are many bad guys in Vana. There is safe road, but we must be careful. There are also bad spores everywhere, even Nara Varunas. Sob. Nara Dan is tall and big, maybe as strong as Arabalaika. Maybe Nara Dan has a way. When are we going to meet Arabalaika? Because they keep saying that he has a strong power. Maybe Nara Dan can help. Well, we came here to help out in the first place, right, Dan? Leave it to us. Aranakula is another request. Before fixing the Varuna contraption, please help find the Memory of Stone. Memory of Stone. Vana never forgets. Aranara never forget. But Aranara leave behind memories so it can be seen. Since the bad guys arrived, there have been bad seeds everywhere. Seems like the Aranara always speak in riddles. Paimon guesses. We'll understand when we see it. Either way, let's go on there with Aranakula. Good Nara. Good Paimon. God, imagine if I named my character Nara. Let's not alert the bad guys. Use the safe route. The bad guys? Do you mean the fun guy? In that case, there's nothing to worry about. Listen up, Arona. Nara Dan is very strong. Not very strong, but very, very strong. We've already defeated many fungi together with Arapandu. Even Arapandu recognizes our strength. Arona gets it. Nara Dan must be as powerful as Arabilaika. But what about Paimon? What about Paimon? There was this one time when Aranakula was chased by a bad guy. Aranakula hid in soil, but got dug out. Eh? Something dripped from the bad guy's mouth. It was wet and hot and smelled like rotten fruit. Whoa. If Arabilaika didn't come in time, Aranakula would have. Oh no. Arapandu nagged Aranakula for a long time. The sun set and rose back up. Even seeds in the gardens had sprouted. That's way too long. What does this have to do with Paimon? Alright, Paimon doesn't get it either. Aranakula is more powerful than Paimon. You are? But was almost eaten by a bad guy. Paimon is so small, it's too dangerous. That kind of makes sense. Wait, you're strong, Dan. You'll protect Paimon, right? Of course. Paimon's Dan's best friend, after all. Paimon won't run away and leave you behind, Dan. Paimon won't. I mean, you should have ran when we were about to get murdered by Raiden Shogun that one time, but you didn't, so I'll give you the credit for that. But too many bad guys, Aranakula can't beat them. Golden Nara is powerful, but Aranakula knows safe road. We use safe road, okay? Aranakula, are you especially scared of fungi? Oh. Gotcha. Well, it's not nice to use Paimon as an excuse. In that case, Dan, let's take the safe road with Aranakula. We'll take care not to alert the fungi. I'm good at doing that. This is a stealth mission, isn't it? Yeah, it does feel like we've done this so many times already. Yes, Aranakula will take Nara to safe road then. Whew. Oh, fuck.
What?
Alright, Nara are so small, so it isn't strange for them to be scared of fungi that are several times their size. Paimon is not afraid? Of course not. So, Aranakula is surely stronger than Paimon, but not as brave. Aranakula always hides in safe space when attacked by fungi. I just realized he's actually here with us and following us. Arabilaika, very brave. Also not scared, just like Nara Varuna. Each Nara has unique personality. But Nara Varuna is not in Vana now. There are too many bad guys, and they messed up. Aranakula loosened the soil and watered the plants a long time ago. They are all gone now. Okay, he got spooked. Okay, he respawned. Can he not take this route?
Propagate!
Okay, so this looks like a safe route. There are bad seeds. Where bad seeds, no good flowers can grow. The Varuna contraption changed because of them. The rain seems angry. This is an escort mission for sure. What the hell's going on over here? Nara Dan, this is the memories of stone that Nara have left for Nara Varuna. We're finally here. Paimon was so nervous on the way here for fear of being discovered by fungi. Avoiding fights wasn't so bad. Paimon guesses so. So this is the memory of stone. It looks like a lizard wearing a top hat. It looks like a stone monument made by Nara. Nara Dan. I'll clean up the bad seeds. Arana, don't worry. Just leave it to Nara Dan and it'll be as easy as pie. Do they know what pie is? Clear the spores covering the stones. Oh, thank you, Nara Dan. Vana remembers everything that happened after Nara Varuna arrived. Big trees remember, and seeds remember, but we don't know if Nara Varuna will understand. That's why we left visible memories. This way, when Nara Varuna returns, Nara Varuna will know that Vana never forgets, and Nara never forget. Now Paimon understands. So the memory of stone is a memorial plaque. Well, humans also erect memorial monuments so they don't forget things. Well, the Nara are forgetful creatures. Compared to the forest, Nara are like small plants that will never become towering trees. They won't ever have tree rings that remember everything. Nara won't leave Vana. Nara won't leave Vana. Nara will always be with Vana. But Nara come and go. Just like Nara Varuna. There are many Nara, just like how there are many big trees. Many Nara and many names, just like how there are many branches on a tree. Golden Nara remembers many Aranara names, and remembers that I am Aranakula. It is like picking up a floating leaf and knowing which tree it is from. Nara Varuna must also have been a special Nara to the Aranara. That's why they erected a monument for her. It's not quite the same, but we've seen statues with specific faces carved onto them before, haven't we? You mean the statues of the Seven? Yeah. And now that we've heard Nara Varuna's story, Dan, don't you want to know what she looks like? Aranara have music, so it's possible that they can also be skilled in other areas. Maybe they can make lifelike statues or do something. I'd love to see them if they have any. Aranara art is very simple, so it's difficult to imagine. Or, you know, their art could just be too advanced for you. Oh, right. Guess we can go and heal the Varuna contraption's branches and leaves now, right? Yes, Aranakula will bring Nara Dan and Paimon there. This looks like a lizard with a top hat. That's what I said it looks like, right?
Scatter!
So this is where it was hidden. Wow, we might not have found this place without Aranakula leading the way. Where are its leaves? Paimon doesn't see them. The leaves. They are near this big tree, but the fungi won't find their way in, so this place is safe. You can just wait for us here, Aranakula. Arapandu told us that we just need to make the leaves on the tree stones face towards the branch, right? Thank you, Nara Dan and Paimon. Golden bass. Grab some fish.
Propagate! Spring forth!
Let the show begin. Go, Barbara, go!
That should do it. Let's head back to Aroma.
Things are going so smoothly today. Go, Barbara, go!
Aroma, we're back. You'll need to handle the rest from here, though. Thank you, Paimon. Thank you, Nara Dan. Aroma knows what to do. Looks like everything here will be fine, too. I hope the forest can return to normal soon. It will, once the Varuna contraption is fixed. But Marana must be eliminated for Fauna and Sarva. Just as the monument made for Nara Varuna has been covered with bad seeds, Ashvada's concourses have also been affected by Marana. There was a time before Nara Varuna came to Vanarana. Nara and Aranara made our nurseries together then, but now only the children of the Mara village can still see you. To adults, you only exist in stories. And the nurseries you talked about have also become deserted because of Marana. Aranakula wants to fill the nurseries with flowers. Nara have forgotten Aranara, but it's fine. Nara will see the flowers. Aranakula. Nara Dan. Paimon, thank you. Aranakula won't forget. Aranakula will return to rest stop now. Arapandu will be happy to know that the monument is now clean. Will Nara Dan and Paimon return to the rest stop with Aranakula? Sure. Traveling with Golden Nara feels so safe. May Aranakunda and Nara Dan and Paimon watch over Nara Dan and Paimon. Don't get eaten by bad guys. Oh, he's gonna we're actually all going back. Nice.
Don't stay out in the rain for too long. You'll catch a cold.
2 down. Irate Iron Chunk. Where do we go over this one? The Ruins of Dari.
This weather is so amazing. I could burst into song.
Alright. Looks like we'll be able to probably finish this side quest in under 4 hours. It's probably going to take like 3 and some change. Should be around here. Ara I like it. Oh my god, he's fighting a ruin guard. Holy shit. Anara, it's something that flies. Yeah, Paimon's Paimon, and Paimon can fly. Oh, and he's Dan. You must be Ara Laika. Speaking of which, you don't seem afraid of us at all. Golden Nara has Arapandu's scent. Ah, well, Arapandu did actually ask us to come. No malice. If you wanted to harm Ara Laika, you would have attacked when Big Iron Chunk was still moving. Oh yeah, that sure would have been what they call hitting the Aranara when they're down. Wait, hold on. We wouldn't do anything like that. Why not? If Ara Laika was your enemy, attacking from both sides is good tactic. Even animals do it while hunting. You have a point. Getting confused, Paimon? This guy is somewhat smart and strong. Anyway, we definitely won't hit an Aranara when they're down. Aranara are our friends, after all. Aranara are friends, not food. Speaking of which, I like salad. Yes, that's right. Aranara are our friends. We won't hurt our friends. Why does he seem dissatisfied? Maybe he didn't leave a good message for... Maybe he's like this to everyone. How is this possible? How can he look so cute but have such a horrible temper? Probably because he's powerful. Alright, Ara Pandu said that Ara because Ara Kalari is very powerful. He must have used his Ara Kalari to defeat that Ruin Guard earlier. Paimon knows about Ara Kalari? Yeah, of course Paimon knows. It's that thing. That really powerful ability. Oh, Paimon feels like he's looking down on Paimon again. Let's focus on the task at hand. Yeah, we're here to help heal the Varuna contraption. We should be able to find a branch and some leaves here too, right? Why doesn't Paimon see them? What branch? What leaves? They are more like roots. Really? Is that true? But Arapandu said, the Varuna contraption gets its power from the root system spread throughout the Vana. And that kind of makes sense. And the roots are underground. The stone and iron chunks here do not belong to Aranara. To go down, we must defeat iron chunks. Iron chunks are very strong, but Golden Nara is also not weak. Of course, Dan has defeated countless big iron chunks already. Oh, then Ara by Laika wants to see how strong Nara is. Oh, he's gone. Huh? Why did he burrow underground? Oh, could he have already gone into the... Could he have already gone to the Ruin Guard? Dan, let's follow him. Ara by Laika is waiting over there. He's just too quick. Golden Nara, show Ara by Laika your skills.
Let the show begin. Speed of light. Hey!
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Hi. Huh. Huh. Hi. Huh. Hi. Huh. Hi. Huh. Oh. Huh. Oh. Huh. Oh. Yeah. Huh. Hi. Huh.
Not bad, but it isn't over. Follow Ara by Laika. He's gonna keep marking him with Dendro. It's gonna be easy.
Scatter.
Barbara can handle this. She's like very underleveled. Seal on the stone pillar. This unique sort of stone pillar seems to be key to sealing a certain ruin machines. Use pyro to neutralize the energy within them, which will then release the machines from their seal. But you aren't usually supposed to be unsealing such monsters, are you?
What? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hi. Hi. Huh. Yeah. Hi. Huh. Huh. Hi. Ready, steady, go. Huh. 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 Hi. Huh.
course we can, right, Dan? This is easy.
Go, Barbara, go!
Kind of makes me wish that I could level up Barbara further. Let's make it even easier.
Germinate!
I'll protect us. Ink!
Oh, let's sit down now. It's dead. Every time we detonate one of these bloom things, that's like 3,000 damage. Alright, Laika admits you have some skills. He praised us. We can prepare to go underground now. Follow me. Okay, let's follow Aura by Laika quickly. This was the one I was the most interested in meeting. He's able to kill rune guards easily, so that's pretty cool. We defeated the big iron chunk. Follow the water. We will go under the ground. Aura by Laika has not been here for a long time. Everything has changed. Maybe there are also big iron chunks under the ground. Aura by Laika smells iron. Bad smell. Be careful. Nara Dan is strong. No need to fear. But Paimon is like Arana Kula. Weak. Be careful. Mushroom might eat you. Anyone would look weak compared to you, okay? We met Aranara before. Paimon doesn't think that any of them can defeat Ruin Guard with one blow. Paimon knows too little about Aranara. Aradasha would defeat Big Iron Chunk before you could blink. Aradasha's Arakalari was very powerful in the past. In past, what about now? Now, Aradasha is not in the now. That way, Aura by Laika must train even harder. Train Aurora Kalari. Paimon wishes that she could learn how to use Aurora Kalari too. If you could, Paimon, I'd leave every battle to you. And Paimon would protect Dan instead. Counting on you, Paimon. Leave it to Paimon. You leave everything to Paimon. Paimon loves to dream. A good thing, a bad thing, can't tell. We need to look for stone device. Make water go away. We cannot go underground otherwise. Aranara can dig into soil, but not water. Okay, Dan, let's have a look around. I see button. Was that it? Was that the whole puzzle? Press button? Super deep holes. Really okay if we go down like this? Paimon can fly. What is Paimon scared of? You're right. Paimon's just worried about Dan. Remember to use Paimon didn't expect it to be so deep. Wonder if Aura by Lake was it. We aren't there yet. Much deeper. Keep going.
Go, Barbara, go! Keep going. I'm fine.
Oh, there's so many ruin guards here. There's the stone thingy. They seem broken. They aren't moving at all. That really gave us Paimon a fright back there. Just a bunch of rusty iron chunks. No, that one's probably going to stand up. Careless, Paimon. Vanna is dangerous now. You will get in trouble. Aura by Laika is so strict. You're just too careless, Paimon. Is that true? Well, if Paimon's as strict as Arabailaika, will Paimon be as strong as him? Paimon, you should be stricter on yourself and not on others. Okay, then Paimon will have strict requirements for herself starting tomorrow. Anyway, since the stone branch is here, now we need to make the other rocks face it. He took the words out of Paimon's mouth. Speaking of which, Arabailaika doesn't talk like the other Aranara. He doesn't use metaphors at all. It's easier to understand, though. It's really more direct and easier to understand. Arapandu thinks a lot. Arabailaika doesn't think much. Arabailaika only knows how to protect. Arapandu once protected Vana with Nara Varuna. They drove away the unknown black mud, healed the Varuna contraption. It has been a long time since Nara Varuna left Vana. Maybe she won't come to Festival Utsava anymore. Arapandu must know that it has been many years since then. Even though time for small seed to grow into towering tree, Nara who leave Vana will never return. But Arapandu wants to heal Varuna contraption again for Vana, for Festival Utsava, for Nara Varuna. Paimon gets it. Arabailaika never met Nara Varuna, but her story is remembered by Vana. Arabailaika doesn't think much about as much as Arapandu. Arabailaika only knows what must become strong and protect Aranara and Vana. Nara Varuna no longer here, but Aranara can still heal the Varuna contraption. Yeah, well, how about two? Something is wrong with the smell of iron. Will you wait here? Paimon doesn't know what you sense, Arabailaika, but oh well. You sure know more about the forest than us. Anyway, Dan, let's start looking around here for the 3 scattered leaves.
Go, Barbara, go! Keep going. Go, Barbara, go!
Yeah, this one's gonna stand up. Huh? Oh, why did it start moving? Oh, there's 2 of them.
Hi. Huh. Yeah. Hi. Huh. 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 Go, Barbara, go! Yeah. Huh. La 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 la. Ouchie. Let the show begin. Huh. Hi. Huh. Huh. Hi. Huh. Hi. I'll protect us.
That was scary. Good thing that Arabailaika helped out. Arabailaika told you so. Paimon is careless. We'll get in trouble. Alright. Paimon's got it. Ruin guards are here to do their job too, you know. Yeah, guards should be guarding something against trespassers after all. We're outsiders to them. Nara Dan and Paimon are outsiders to Vana. not Ara by Laika. The huge iron chunk is making no sense. Ara by Laika will teach it sense. Well, Paimon will become more sensible in the future. I'll hold you to your word, Paimon. Of course. Tomorrow, no... Starting now. Only Ara Nara can awaken the stone here. Leave the rest to Ara by Laika, Nara Dan, and Paimon. La 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 la. Ooh. We're one step closer to healing the Varuna contraption. Once it's healed, there won't be any more spores in Apam Woods anymore. Just thinking about it makes Paimon's nose itch. The Varuna contraption will purify rainwater. There will not be black rain, or so many spores. But there should still be mushrooms. Be careful, Paimon. You might get eaten by them. Like a ranacula. Yes, Paimon, I'll be careful. Ara by Laika no longer needed here. Ara by Laika will return to the rest stop to look for Ara Pandu. Nara Dan and Paimon, will you return to Ara by Laika? Yeah, let's go together. It is dangerous. A dangerous environment. Traveling together is safer. Be careful, Nara Dan and Paimon. Don't be careless. May Ara Makula watch over you. Back to the rest stop. Cool, we finished that in under 40 minutes.
Don't
which
stay out in
means
the rain for too long. You'll catch
3
a
down,
cold.
1 to go. Slumbering
Are you tired?
Roots.
Try my new spicy energy drink. I'm sure it'll wake you up.
I'm not eating your damn chili pepper water, Barbara. Ugh.
Go, Barbara,
Withering
go!
zone. Oh, shit.
Hi. Huh. Oh.
Scatter!
Oh. Don't blink! Leave it all to me, as a dutiful maid would. I'll catch up. Cut to the chase.
Scatter!
Okay.
Outrider Amber, reporting.
Withering zone clearing time. Or forsaking defense for accuracy.
Spring forth!
No one escapes my sights.
Propagate! What? Yeah! Scatter! Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Let the show begin.
Propagate!
Oh. Ready, steady, go!
There we go. Withering zone clear. Thanks, Barbara.
A reward on the road.
That's a sealed door. This will be used as a new teleport waypoint for me. This is a domain of forgery, which means I might need that for weapon upgrade materials at some point.
Happy to oblige. No escape.
Propagate!
I'll protect us.
Scatter!
Heartless.
Smell it somewhere before. Should be the Grove of Dreams. Let's look for Aroma. That's right, someone's waiting for us in the Grove of Dreams. Okay, go further down still? Okay, did not find where I have to go. Just the general vicinity. Maybe it's this house. Rhythm of the Great Dream. An Arana song. It has the power to enter the dreamscapes. It is also a tune that quickly the R&R will get to recognize you. Music-loving Arana. Nara's music is heard. I like it. Back at Vanarana I go, Nara friend. I'll see you around. Now, I'm gonna have to find every single one of them that's hidden out in the globe, aren't I?
Propagate!
Where am I going? Aha, there's a hole in the ground.
Wow, this weather is... Go, Baron Buddy! Huh. Incoming! Hey! Huh.
That's probably an R&R. Should go over there. Hey, are you Arakunti? Why did he run away? Oh, that's right. It said to use the hidden himself. Just use the song. Let's give it a try. First music. friends of Arnara.
Don't blink! Ah!
Finally found you. You're Arakunti, aren't you? One might not be. What do you mean by that? Because one might be a tree, or rain, or a dream of Vana, or the strings of a musical instrument. Paimon didn't understand a word of that. Did you, Dan? I could probably guess. Amazing. So what did his words mean? He said he can transform into many other things. Really? Don't you pull Paimon's leg, Dan. Why are the golden Nara and the small flying thing here to find Arakunti? Paimon's not some small flying thing. Wait, Paimon's actually is a flying... anyway, Paimon's Paimon. Your golden Nara also has a name, and it's Dan. Arapandu told us that you're in the Grove of Dreams and that he sent us to check up on you. You can tell Arapandu that Arakunti is fine. The Grove of Dreams is fine, and the humid dreams are also fine. Okay, Dan, let's head back and talk to Arapandu. Or maybe not. We came here to heal the Varuna contraption. That was close. Paimon was almost led by the nose. You can tell Arapandu that Arakunti doesn't want to lead Paimon by the nose. Arapandu probably doesn't want to know that. Paimon does not want to either. And what on earth is going on with this Arnara? I recall Arapandu saying, he said that Arakunti is more distant from Nara. Does that mean Arakunti doesn't know how to communicate with people? Actually, we're the ones who don't know how to communicate with the Arnara. Oh, that's right. We're the ones who should try to follow the local customs and learn how to communicate with them. But now that you mention it, how does the Arnara communicate anyway? What do you think, small flying thing? If the golden Nara doesn't know, what would the small flying thing know? Why don't we just ask the amazing Arakunti? Can you tell us exactly how Arnara communicate with each other? We really want to learn. Why do you want to learn? Nara is Nara. Paimon is Paimon. Arnara is Arnara. Oh, Arakunti sees. Paimon also wants to turn into a seed and be buried in the soil? No, not at all. Does Golden Nara want to become a seed? If possible, sure. Don't talk nonsense. He'll think it's for real. We've almost forgotten what we came here for. It's for Festival Utsava. We need to heal the Varuna contraption for the Festival Utsava so that the weather will turn to normal, and there will be no more of those nasty spores. Paimon is right. It is for the sake of Festival Utsava, and for the sake of the center of Blue Earth. Wait, it's a blue planet? Called Earth? I thought we were on Teyvat. The human grove of dreams is good, but the spores are bad. The mushrooms that can run are bad too. There is also too much rain. So the mushrooms have become difficult to cook. Hey, see, it can be clear after all. We are going to heal the Varuna contraption. Come with Arakunti, Nara Dan, and Paimon. This guy was a tough nut to crack. Oh, we're going up. Ooh, I need these. These are ascension materials for filet.
Oh, hi. Hi.
Scatter! Yeah.
With sword comes shadow. Speed of light. Hey!
Have I mentioned how much I love the music in this area? Ah, here we go. The roots of a big tree. Excellent. Wet breathing can be heard. A drowsy tune. Huh? Paimon can't understand what you're saying, Arakunti, but whatever. Speaking of which, Paimon didn't think that a place so large would be inside. Guess this is what they mean when it more than meets the eye, huh? Also, just Paimon, or does this place feel very different from other places? Are we going to look for the leaves that feed the energy to the Varuna contraption in a place like this? It's here, but not here. One can hear its voice, smell its breath, see its veins, but Paimon can't find it. What was that about? If Paimon can't find it, then what about me? Golden Nara can see the melody, like cool breeze at night. The sudden fall of a raindrop, 1,000 dream fragments, like lake's broken surface. Well, that sure sounds impressive. As expected of Dan. Wait, you're stealing Paimon's line. Nara Dan turning into Paimon is even scarier than dancing with mushrooms with Marana. Can't imagine that. That's why this kind of thing won't happen. Best that it never does. We don't need 2 Paimons. Or 2 Aethers, for that matter. We already have 2 Aethers. We just named one of them Lumine. And Arakunti, can't you be more clear? Where in the world are we going to find the leaves in the Varuna contraption? In dreams. Oh boy. Wait, then why didn't you say so in the first place? Because you didn't ask where in the first place. Paimon thinks that the Aranara way of communicating has hit her hard all of a sudden. Alright, can you tell us where each of these 3 leaves we're looking for are located? Yes. So if you really only answer questions that are asked directly, huh? So where are these 3 locations? Over here, over there, and on the other side. You're not describing anything, and Paimon is defeated. Hey, Paimon's defeat is your defeat. They are the same thing. Arakunti's words can't be counted on. So how are we supposed to find the 3 locations? The Varuna contraption was made by the most remarkable Aranara, so the links between the branch and the leaves are invisible yet visible. Nara Dan can see the Aranara, and if you can see traces of Aranara, you can find your way. Paimon can't believe she understood that. We'll find it and follow the trails of Aranara, right? Come on, at least give Paimon a chance to answer this time, would you? Alright. Just gotta play sweet music together.
Scatter!
this button. Into the land of trippy mushroom dreams we go. Gonna have to fight a bunch of fungus in here, aren't we?
Another target tracked down by Outrider Amber. Bet you can't keep up with me.
Propagate!
No one escapes my sights. Incoming. One step back, two forward. Let's dance.
Germinate! What? Here!
Go, Barbara, go! Hi.
Scatter!
Go, Barbara!
Here! Propagate!
Cut to the chase. Speed of light. Hey! No escape.
Scatter! Here!
Come on, we can do it. Let the show begin.
have to leave the dream. Back. Arakunti heard you. The whimpers have turned into gentle tune, but to merge into great flow of sound we still need. We still need your help, Arakunti. Paimon is counting on you. Arakunti knows. It's so quiet they talk. Oh, then there shouldn't be any problems now. Paimon hopes we can heal the Varuna contraption soon, or Apom Woods will be full of spores. Just thinking about that makes Paimon chew. Paimon can't believe that you Aranara have no reaction to spores. How are you not affected at all? Aranara are not unaffected. Aranara just cook mushrooms, but spores are too small and too many to catch. When the Varuna contraption wasn't broken, Vana didn't have so many mushrooms, so healing the Varuna contraption could make everything better except for Marana. Things will surely get better. Yes, we'll help too. We'll find a way to deal with Marana too. Is Nara Dan Nara Varuna? Huh? Why are you asking that all of a sudden? Arapandu said that Nara Varuna was Golden Brave Nara. Together with Aranara, she healed the Varuna contraption, drove away the black rain and mud, and brought back the sun and moon. Nara Dan has also helped Aranara to heal the Varuna contraption. And you're Golden and Brave Nara, right? But isn't Nara Varuna someone from long time ago? Did Nara Varuna not return to Vana? Is Nara Dan a completely different Nara? Can different Nara have similar melodies? Perhaps. Arakunti has not met Nara Varuna, but Arapandu has talked a lot about her. Her melody must be the same as Nara Dan's. Listening to it will surely bring happiness. Paimon's always happy when she's with Dan. If Dan leaves Paimon one day, like Nara Varuna left the forest, Arapandu must be waiting for us at the rest stop. Return with Arakuni, Nara Dan. Let's go. Let's head back. I think that finishes another quest line. Slumbering Roots. Prayer on the rain in the Fecund land. Nara Dan and Paimon, thank you for helping Aranara. Arapandu senses that the branches blocking the stream in various places have been removed. Oh, so we can heal the Varuna contraption now? Soon, but not yet. The root system is deep underground, and the entrance is in the center of the Varunastra. The Varunastra, you mentioned that before, haven't you, Arapandu? It's the manifestation of power of the Varuna contraption. When it displays its power, it will be taller than the tallest tree in Vana. Nara Dan and Paimon saw it before. Do you mean that place where the water jets out occasionally? Are we seriously gonna go in the center of that thing? That doesn't look like an entrance. That's right. What if it activates just as we go in? The water jet is so high and it looks so powerful too. Paimon can't figure out how we're going to get into the center. Guess we can only get in from above. Well, Paimon can fly, but you sure can't. I can glide, though. Alright, I like it. Why? We can just make it stop. Can we? It can stop? It couldn't before, but thanks to Nara Dan and Paimon's help, The power of Varuna contraption has been partially restored. Now the Aranara can make it stop. Wow, we did such an amazing thing by coincidence. Not so much a coincidence. True, it was really difficult to find the Grove of Dreams. Nara Dan, Paimon, let's go together. The green branches have bloomed. It is almost time to bear fruit. Oh, the water levels dropped a lot now. I always like how Asili's always put like along the path of somewhere you're supposed to go, instead of them being mostly arbitrarily hidden.
Is this an answer from this world?
Oh, I walked past this spot. It's even more impressive when you see it up close. The Varuna contraption is a creation of the Lord of Dendro. It sends forth water that brings life, turning Veluca into Vana, replacing that which was once yellow with green, and turning barren land into land full of life. It sounds miraculous. Water that brings life. Wow. Speaking of which, Paimon ate soup. That soup Arapas made earlier. That was made with water from here, right? His soup doesn't have a special effect, right? Maybe it reverses aging. It might let you live forever. Wow, it might be possible to live long enough to eat every dish in Teyvat that way. But where were those who share the taste? Guess living too long isn't entirely a good thing, huh? So Paimon wants water. If Paimon becomes a seed, Aranakula will take good care of her. Water her properly, and put her in a sunny place and loosen the soil for her. Arakunti will play music to Paimon and tell her things about Vana she doesn't know. Arabailaka won't come to see Paimon so often, but will bring mushrooms to cook for her. Arabailaka will not do such things. Oh, sure, that sounds like such a cozy life. Wait, Paimon won't turn into a seed. What is this, some kind of scary forest that you can't leave once you enter? It's even scary when you think that these words are coming from these sweet-looking Aranara. You'll grow strong and bear fruit quickly, Paimon. Don't you dare start saying scary stuff, too. Nara and Paimon won't stay in Vana like Aranara do. Aranakula knows this. Aranakula knows Nara Dan and Paimon have other missions and will leave Vana like other Nara. We have to complete the Aranara mission now and stop the Varuna contraption in order to go down and remove those bad bugs and heal the machine. The entrance to the ground, it opened. Feels like something's missing. That's true. Look at the giant empty hole. At least it's not a hole in our hearts. Let's go down together, Nara Dan and Paimon. But we must be careful. On the road ahead, it is dark and sunless underground. A place where seeds used to sleep peacefully has likely become a layer of fungi. Nara Dan and Paimon are Aranara's friends. The Aranara do not have great power, but if you are in danger, Aranara will try to protect you. Nothing to fear. Arabailaka is around. We've been through gales of high water, this won't scare us. There shouldn't be any great winds down there. Water maybe, but no big waves. So you're still talking taking our words at face value, huh? Arakunti. Gales and high water means that person has been through a lot. Arakunti understands now. Paimon's words are difficult to understand. Paimon would say the same to you. Anyway, fungi aren't scary at all. If this really is their lair, we'll have an all-you-can-eat mushroom for dinner tonight. Come on, Dan. Let's go down once you're ready. So, are they or are they not afraid of mushrooms?
Scatter! Yeah! Yeah!
No rain here. At the first place, rain that purifies it. We can't let the bad bugs take this place. Rain's end.
Incoming! Let's dance.
Spring forth! Propagate!
Speed of light.
These are the spores. This is much deeper than the ruins of Dari. Paimon didn't expect this place to be so deep underground. There are so many spores, just seeing them is unbearable, though. The spores are covering the Varuna contraption. It must have been left by bad guys. Ugh, bad guys could be close by. Toughen up, Aroma Gatha. Do not back down. We are already here. We solved the problem, whether it's spores or fungi. This is all for fun. The Varuna contraption must be very sad to be covered with spores like this. Yes, being covered with spores, just the thought of this is kind of scary. Let's hurry and clear the spores away. Yep, we'll handle this just like when we cleaned the Yasna monument up. Where'd this guy come from? He looks really strong. Disturbed fungus. Bad bug plaguing the Varuna contraption.
No one escapes my sight. Don't blink. Hey!
Scatter! What?
I'll protect us.
Out-heal his damage, Barbara.
What? Yeah!
of light. With sword comes shadow.
Scatter!
Ooh, cutscene. It's flying away. Catch up with it. This place is a nightmare.
Scatter! Germinate!
Let it rain. Don't blink.
Yeah! Yeah!
Incoming. Hey! I'll be fine. Let's dance. Cut to the chase. Go, Barbara, go! Ready, steady, go!
Scatter!
All right.
Scatter!
I'll protect us. No one escapes my sight. Let the show begin.
Yay, we did it. Paimon thinks we're safe for now. Nara Dan, thank you for your bravery. The bad bugs gnawing at the roots of the Varuna contraption have been cleared away. The branches scattered all over Vana are now sending us their power. Now Aranara can heal the Varuna contraption. It was no trouble. Paimon told you that the fungi are nothing. Paimon wouldn't be scared even if there were 10 or more of them. Paimon knew you wouldn't be scared of the fungi, Dan. Everyone was doing their best to fight the bad guys earlier. And then there was Paimon. Not a drop of effort. It's not true. Paimon gave it her all to cheer for Dan. Come on. You felt Paimon's sincerity, didn't you? Ooh, I could be a real dick here. Yes, I did. See? We're one of heart and mind. Anyway. Arapandu and Nara Dan and Paimon, thank you for helping. Aramara so much. Now it's Aranara's turn. Hooray, we'll be able to say goodbye to those nose-tickling spores soon. Cutscene? Oh no, it's a stupid tree thingy again. We're gonna have to put fucking seeds in these things, aren't we? Now the air is so much cleaner now. I can breathe freely now. Peace returns to the Ashevan realm. Paimon doesn't know about the fungi in the forest, though. After that, the bad guys may leave, or they may not. But the Varuna contraption has already been healed, and there won't be so many spores anymore. Aranara will not let the bad guys destroy Vana. The nurseries will be revived too, right? But Marana is still here. Aranara have a lot to do. Yeah, you're so strict, Arabalika. We've finished one thing, haven't we? Just let Aranakula be happy for a bit. Same old Arabalika. Paimon doesn't know what will satisfy him. No sense of urgency, Paimon. It's careless. We'll get into trouble. Well, Paimon heard that one before. Paimon's not careless. Paimon is always careful. Looks like somebody hasn't learned their lesson. Alright, Dan. Wasn't there something we wanted to ask Arapanadu? About the children of Amara Village. It's about the odd things that have happened in Amara Village to the east. The children living there sometimes disappear for a period of time, but will always return safely. Paimon is sure that you Aranara know more about the forest than we do. It would be great if you know something. Strange things about Vimara Village? Arapandu does not know. Arapandu will make note of it. Other Aranara might know. Arapandu will return to Varanara later. Perhaps answer will emerge then. About the Varuna contraption. Nara Dan. Now you know that the Aranara music can control the contraption. Dan, you studied the Aranara music before as well, right? Does that mean we can control the Varuna contraption too? Nara Dan, like Nara Varuna, is proven to be a worthy of Aranara friendship. Arapandu is willing to teach you the music to control the Varuna contraption. Great. But will he really have to go deep underground every time we play? Paimon is not very smart. The Varuna contraption gets power from all over Vana. So you can control the Varuna contraption from other parts of Vana? Come on. That's Aranara trivia. You should expect us to recall that. You master the rhythm of the source water. Nara Dan, Paimon, thank you for your help. Vana will never forget this. And neither will Aranara. I hope to see you at Festival Utsafa. We'll meet again in Vanarana. May you be carefree in your time, Golden Nara. And may Aramakunda watch over you. Rhythm of Source Water. Arapandu taught you this song. It has the power to control the Varuna contraption. Play this song on the vintage lyre when next to the Varuna contraption, and you'll be able to interact with it and change the weather in the Apam Woods. we finish another big quest line? Still have so much to do for this one quest line to save this one character. Well, I got a little bit of time left, so I might as well just do the commissions and call it a night. Because I believe one of them is to talk to this detective agency. Which was weird because I did a mission for them earlier and it acted like we had met before. And then we did the Through the Mist and we met them again. I'm doing all sorts of things all out of order, it feels like. You know, on second thought, nah, we're probably just going to end here. Let's quit while we're ahead. Next time, we can resume this weird Varuna quest line. And I will continue my commissions and Ascension material gathering off stream. We're rapidly approaching Adventure Rank 40, which means we'll be able to raise it to World Level 5. I'm told I'll be able to reset the world level at that point, but I'm not really sure if that's true or not. Because if I get the ability to set the world level to whatever the fuck I want it to, then I'm putting it back all the way down to World Level 1, and we'll breeze through the rest of this challenge mode without any issue. Or maybe we'll just leave it at World Level 4, because World Level 4 is nice. We're at the point where stuff is challenging, but not too challenging. I'm kind of concerned and worried about when I get to World Level 5, and then everything's going to be like fucking level 90. Because it takes so much effort just to get to level 60 and 70 right now. And the bosses scale up too. Well, until next time. Stay safe, everybody.